Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. In this video we're going to take a look at both charts and we start straight away with Bitcoin. So let's take a look here. Bitcoin currently, rather sideways movement from yesterday. Yesterday we had quite a bit of a pump here. You can see the green candle here. So does that change any of my primary expectations? No, at least not yet. Yeah, everybody now expects the price to go to 100k again just because we have one green candle. It's crazy what goes on in the comments when we have a good day like that. It's crazy. People panicking, people FOMOing in. And I'm not telling you not to buy or anything, it's up to you. But it's just crazy how the mind is shifting. You know, when we were coming down here, everybody expects the price to go down, yeah. And when we have a pump like that, everybody expects the correction to be over. We had the same situation here, remember that? End of December, even though the volume was lower, so it was a bit more boring, yeah. We had the same situation here, okay? And I remember that here also, there were some comments where people said that the correction is over. And even here we came down once more quite hard, okay? So, you know, the correction is over when it's over. It's not yet over. There is no confirmation yet. The only sign that we have is that Bitcoin had quite a bit of volume come in. And the other one is actually that we moved above the 50-day moving average. So that is a good sign, but still, overall, we are still below this ascending trend line. So we just need to understand that, yeah. And if we break above that, and it's not a problem to break above that, then just the alternative scenario goes live that we talked about, and that's fine because you know, it is important to understand that all of this is a strategy, okay, and you want to be prepared for different outcomes, yeah. So I have no problems if the primary expectation works or the alternative, because, and I mean, yeah, I say for my channel members, I've got my buy orders published, but also I mention it so often in the videos here that I have started to dollar cost average into certain cryptos, and I don't just say it like that. I say it because this is all part of my strategy. At the current levels, and even the current level, these are very attractive levels to buy in my view, yeah, and that way you're prepared for both scenarios, really. You know, I'm prepared for both scenarios. I'm happy when prices go up, because then depending on what the price is doing, I will be able to take profits at certain levels and then buy back lower when the real correction is coming. Should we see an extension of the correction? I did say, or did talk about a possible extension of a correction. Did talk about that various times, right? That we could see something like that here, where you then come down. Yeah, so building a huge head and shoulders here. Absolutely possible, where I would then take profits somewhere around between 55 and 65k. But yeah, with that strategy, you don't need to FOMO in, because you are prepared for various scenarios. But in the end, it's up to you if you're chasing the lowest low or not, you know, because nobody knows. TA can only tell us in which scenario the price is capable of doing what. And, you know, when we came down to 33k here in that drop, I told you that we can now expect a recovery, and we can expect a recovery possibly all the way up to 46.5k, and it did nearly max it out. And then, as we expected, the price did sell off. It didn't, however, make a lower low, has come up since then. But to be fair, a lot has happened in the markets as well. But what we're seeing now, at the moment at least, is only a lower high. Yeah, so we can't yet see a higher high. To break a structure, what we need to see is a higher low and a higher high. So, and if we see a higher high and the 46.5k get broken, then we switch to the alternative scenario. It's not a problem. It is just the alternative scenario, and we know what to do then. And I'll keep you updated. Yeah. At the moment though, and that is just what I have to assume, and my view hasn't changed just because we see here a green candle. At the moment, my view is that we are still going to come down. That remains my primary expectation, because the wave 4 here has not been invalidated yet. Yeah, this is still my primary expectation, and just because we see a bit of a pump here at the moment, why would I suddenly change my expectation? Tell me why. Just because we see a green candle? Not really, because I'm prepared for both scenarios anyway, by on one hand leaving money aside for the lowest dip that I still expect. On the other hand, throughout Bitcoin and various altcoins, I have started to dollar cost average in, because a lot of altcoins already reached their target areas, okay? They all did, or most of them did, yeah. For example, there are a few exceptions who haven't quite reached it, for example, Polkadot and Chainlink. But again, out of all the cryptos that I cover, most have reached their target area, and most cryptos that haven't reached their target area, even though there are not many, I have already started to dollar cost average in. And you know that if you've been following my videos, and channel members know that anyway. So it's all good, both directions. That's what you want to be. And to be honest, at the moment, it's quite easy because the current price level is quite attractive generally. Even if we go down, it's possible to sit that out. And if we go up from here, profits can be taken. So it's a win-win. It's fantastic. And there's no reason to get into panic in my view. I always see it on days like these in the comments where there's a lot of panic and emotions, but it's important, I've said it so many times, to leave the emotions out. I know it's hard, but it's still important. And overall, what we can see here, again, still, that what we're doing here, in the end, all you've seen here so far is one higher low compared to the previous one, yeah? And you haven't even broken here the resistance level that we talked about in the previous video, the 44.3k. So as again, I can only say, as long as we don't break the 46.5k level, my primary expectation of a immediate sell-off down here is still possible. Yeah, we had this small wave count here, which was invalidated by this pump. But again, that's not a problem. We can then go to the higher level view, and that assumes that the wave 4 isn't over yet. Or maybe it is over, and we see here something like a 1-2, and that could be another 1-2. Yeah, and then we can still come down from here. So there are possibilities, but that is why I don't count every small wave, because there are numerous possibilities and would just confuse people. We want to stick to the higher degree waves here. Wave 4, still the top here, still possible that we've seen that. And that what we see here is again an attempt to trick people into FOMO. And again, it's up to you if you wanna, I said it numerous times, it's up to you if you wanna wait for the lowest low, but I warned you that the lowest low might never come because nobody has a crystal ball, yeah? So do you really wanna wait for the lowest low, or do you start to dollar cost average in already on the way down, which is what I did, to be prepared for any next upswing and to protect you from any FOMO. And yeah, that's my strategy. It's overall a strategy, and in the end we want to be prepared for different scenarios, because that is what it's about. This is what investing is about. You know, it's not just about chasing the lowest point, because sometimes you just won't get it. However, as I said, below 46.5k, that sell-off scenario here is perfectly valid with the wave 4. And even if we break it, what would then become live, and I talked about it, would be a wave B. And again, a wave B will just go a little bit higher before we come down. And this is the original scenario that I did expect when we came down here on the 4th of December. We talked about an irrational end of year rally. It did happen for some cryptos, as expected for Harmony One, Phantom, and so on. Cosmos as well. Polygon did it, but most cryptos didn't, yeah. And they might do it now. Okay, so what they didn't do then, they might catch up now. So it is just what it is, and we just need to understand that. There is always an alternative. There is, you know, otherwise any TA that does not have an alternative is actually not serious TA, because it shows that people who don't show alternative possibilities, they actually don't have an open mind, really, because everything can always happen in financial markets. And if you don't, you know, if you don't accept that, then, you know, things can happen, unexpected things can happen, and anything can always happen. We've seen it in the current dip when I talked about very low prices for many altcoins here end of November, and you always get the comments, these prices will never be reached. Well, they have been reached for most cryptos. Okay, they have been reached, and therefore anything can always happen, you know. And we can now see this wave B, as I've been saying for weeks as well, that this is certainly a possibility we want to be prepared for, and I can't say it more clearly, really. So yeah, this is what we're facing now. And again, it's only moved to the resistance level that we talked about in previous videos here, that red line, that previous that high here. The next level would be here 45.5, and then you break above 46.5 if you manage to, but already overbought here on the 4-hour chart. So immediate upside potential is limited, but there is upside potential on the daily. So there might be a bit of short-term consolidation, and then the price might want to push higher. And we talked about it yesterday. You know, we made a video before it broke the 41.5k, and the indicators did show potential for further upside. So in a sense, I did warn you before. But a level doesn't get broken until it gets broken. That's as it remains resistance until it gets broken, and therefore, yeah, when it then gets broken, people need to come to their own, or make their own decisions, right? So, summary, really, my view hasn't changed until we see the 46.5 break, because there have been moves from 33 to 46k here before. There has been a move from 42 to 52 here before, and I remained bearish throughout. Okay, and if you zoom in, this here looks very much like a three-wave structure, an A, B, C, and this looks very much like a three-wave structure, what we do now, an A, B, C. Yeah, so let's see. We are prepared on this channel. All right, and Cardano, at least here on TradingView, shows 0% price move. That is, yeah, just funny. Doesn't move that much apparently at the moment. Cardano has broken out of this descending wedge, but we don't see the volume come in. I remain of the view that Cardano needs to move into this target area now to complete the correction, but again, it doesn't need to. It did reach my target area before, has even dropped below it, and has now found support above the 61.8% FIB level here at 96 cents. So we are above that, which is positive for the price. But overall, again, I can only repeat it. It made a significantly lower low, and it has not yet made a higher high. So until that is the case, and until we see a more convincing move here with more volume, my view is that there is no sign yet that the correction is over. Yeah, we just need to understand that we're still below $1. Still haven't made a higher high. Okay, and yeah, the volume is a bit concerning, right? And therefore I leave my target area here. As we know, Cardano can always unexpectedly pump as well. Nothing moves in straight lines. Also, nothing moves in straight lines towards my target area. There will always be moves that can correct it, but therefore also, you know, my I had dollar cost average in buy levels set for Cardano as well, and then everybody can take, of course, if they followed me, can take profits if they want to. Now, I won't take profits until we are significantly higher, but that's my personal view. Of course, people can do it differently, but you always want to be prepared for different scenarios. I can only repeat it, especially as we have come down already 70-80% for many cryptos. Yeah, so the downside potential overall is limited. Okay, yeah, but as you can see here, from that wave 3 to that wave 4, we've made a move from $1.06 to $1.60, and it's important to not get too bullish when that happens. Okay, on the daily, I just want to show you that as well. On the daily chart, we can see this bullish crossover. We talked about it yesterday, that it could happen, and that bullish crossover, yeah, last time it led to a bit of a price increase, and the time before as well. And yeah, I think the time before that, it actually led to this from $1 to $1.60 price increase. So be prepared for volatility, but you should be if you've been following me on this channel. So yeah, at the moment now we need to wait if Bitcoin is able to break above that 46.5k. Then the alternative scenario gets live, and that would even be a great opportunity as well, because then profits could be taken at a higher level before the final dip will come. I would still be in favor, not only personally, but also because it hasn't been invalidated yet, the view that we are coming down here straight away into that target area between 20 and 29k for Bitcoin. It would also be faster and complete that whole correction earlier. So I imagine a lot of people would actually like that, instead of going up first and then come down. All right, so that's my view here on Bitcoin and Cardano. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button. And yeah, if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership for access to Discord, Telegram, and a weekly live stream. And also don't forget to leave a comment for the algorithm, please, and to subscribe, of course. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.